Hello all. As we have already seen about the first graph traversal technique, which is breadth first search, come let's today see about the next graph traversal technique, which is known as depth first search traversal, abbreviated as DFS. Now, as you already know that in BFS a queue data structure is used to generate the traversal order. Similarly, in depth first search also a data structure is used, which is stack. Okay. Stack follows a last in first out order. Okay. So the element which has been inserted at the end is the one that will leave the stack first. Okay. So come let's see how we can use a stack to generate the DFS traversal order of a given graph. So this is the given graph. This is the same graph that we have taken to understand BFS. So it will be easier for you to spot out the difference. That's why I have taken the same graph. So now say I have a stack like this. Okay. And I am going to put whatever I want to print into the result part simultaneously, just as we were doing in the BFS traversal. So now if it is not given that which is the starting root or the which is the starting node or which is the root node, then you can take up any node in that case. But since I have put up an arrow like this here over the node 0, therefore one should understand that in this example we are taking 0 as the starting node or as the root node. So now come let's see how we are going to do it. Since this is the starting node, we are going to insert it into the stack. Now we have inserted the first node in the stack. Now what happens, as we want to pop this out, so what we are going to do, we are going to pop this node out and we are going to insert the nodes which are adjacent to 0 into this stack. So which are the nodes adjacent to 0? It is 1 and 3. And also as we pop this out, we are going to put it into the result part. Okay. Now my stack, the current condition of my stack is this. So I cannot pop 1. I think you know why. This is all about stacks. So if you don't know, you have to revisit the stack part. So we can only pop 3 here in this case. So we are going to pop 3 and put it into the result section, and we are going to push the elements which are adjacent to 3. So which are the nodes adjacent to 3? It is either 0. So we have already visited 0, so we are not going to consider this. Next node which is adjacent to 3 is 1. That is already there in the stack. Next is 2 and the next node is 4. So this now becomes my current condition of the stack. After this we want to perform a pop. So we can only pop 4 here. So we will put 4 in the result section and we are going to now insert the elements into my existing stack which are adjacent to node 4. So now already my stack has nodes 1 and 2 like this. Now adjacent to 4 you have node 3. This is already visited. Node 2 already there in the stack. Then the next node is node 6. So we are going to push node 6 here. Okay. Now as soon as we perform a pop, this element gets popped out from the stack, goes into the result part, and after this if I draw the stack here, then after this pop my stack would have become like this, correct? And as soon as I pop 6, I am going to insert the elements which are directly connected to 6. So which are the elements? Which are the nodes? 1, See, 6 is connected to 1 and 4. So 1 is already there in the stack. 4 we have already visited. So we have nothing to insert. Okay. Now as soon as we perform a pop after this, which element pops? Element 2. So we are going to write 2 here, and we are going to insert the elements into the stack which are adjacent to 2, directly connected to 2. So which are the nodes which are directly connected to 2? These are node 1, 5 and 4. So 1 is already there in the stack, so we cannot push it. 4 we have already visited, so we can only push node 5 now. So we can push node 5 here, and so my stack now starts looking like this. After this, as we perform a pop, 5 comes out, we put it here, and now my stack is like this. Okay. Now as you pop out 5, you are going to push the nodes adjacent to 5. So which are the nodes adjacent to 5? Nodes adjacent to 5 are 1 and 2. And 1 is already there in the stack, 2 we have already visited. So we have nothing to insert. So after this, there is nothing to insert in this particular stack. So we are simply going to pop out, and also you will check that you have visited all the nodes of the graph. Correct? We have visited all the nodes of the graph. Okay. So only left node is 1. So we are going to pop this out. We are going to put it here. And if you print this, on printing this, you will get the DFS traversal of the given graph. Okay. So the next question is it the only possible or only correct DFS traversal? No. I think you all would have understood by now why it is not the only valid. This is one of the valid DFS traversals. Why? See, now let's come back to this particular part. So we inserted 0, we popped out 0, we printed it here, we put it in the result part. Then we had to insert the nodes which are adjacent to 0. So the nodes which were adjacent to 0 were 1 and 3. So if this order in which we have inserted, if we reverse this, that would also be correct. Because there is no rule about the order that you have to first insert 1 and then only 3. So your stack could have been like this. If it would have been like this, then after 0, which element you would have found here? It would have been 1. And after this, my here, see, earlier it was, I'll just write the previous one. It was like this. So you popped 3. And then you inserted the 2 nodes which were adjacent to 3, which were 4 and 2. So, contrary to this, if we would have inserted the nodes in this order, then from the stack you could have popped out 1. So, here it would have been 1. Okay. And then as you popped out 1, you would have required to insert the nodes adjacent to 1. So, which were the nodes adjacent to 1? There are 3 is already there, then 2, so 2 is here, then 5, 6. Okay. So after 2, say 2, 5, 6, either the elements could have been like this, or they could have been 5, 2, 6, 1, or they could have been say 2, 5, 6 or 2, 6, 5, 1 at the end. Okay. So in this way the order of the elements could have been changed in the stack, and that change could have given rise to a different DFS traversal. Okay. So this is one of the valid DFS traversals. So I have shown you how we could have obtained other DFS traversals also. I hope DFS and DFS traversals are clear to you by the end of this video. Thank you.